try not to get emotional about trading. You know, one of the first things Gordon Gekko says to Bud Fox in the movie Wall Street is, first lesson, don't get emotional about stock. And yet we see most of the crypto market, all the retail people have never probably traded anything in their lives, very emotional. And then we see these tweets moving things up and down, which I guess means great opportunities for bigger people, but it usually means the little guy gets burned.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the whole name of the game is burning the retail investor. And it's something that's been really sad to watch. And, you know, what's interesting is, you know, sometimes that emotion of the trading of bad trading days, having large unrealized losses. I mean, forget realized losses. Those can be even worse, or definitely are worse. You don't actually lose until you sell. But we even notice here, because I've got 25 employees here. I have a corporate office. You know, this is not just me in my basement making videos. I've got a phenomenal team here that helps me with things. And, you know, everybody here is obviously into crypto and invested in different things. And what's interesting is on these days that the market crashes, we'll find ourselves like having more arguments, disagreeing more about stuff. And it's not even like we're sitting there thinking like, we're very angry because the market is down. But it's like that overwhelming like psychology that goes into understanding your net worth, changing at the drop of a dime, depending on which way the wind blows. And a lot of times, a lot of these false narratives, especially, is very frustrating, and it affects you in a lot different ways than you would think. It has a much bigger effect, even when you don't realize it's having a big effect. You know, like if you got something going on in your personal life, you know, it affects what you do at your job. Markets are the same way. You may not realize how much is affecting you, but in a lot of ways, you know, it is. And that's one way that a lot of these hedge funds, they beat that, is because they're using bots and they're using algorithms, and they're not, you know, they're not having to make decisions based upon the way somebody's feeling on that day. And so that's another way they just continue to beat the retail investor. But, you know, if the Wall Street Bets thing has showed us anything, which there's a big, I think NCC 1002, I think is a law, a regulation that's going into effect that's actually going to stop a lot of these hedge funds from being able to over leverage themselves. A lot of people have been talking about this, just kind of came out in the last few days. People are starting to learn about it. They're starting to realize these hedge funds there's more retail investors than there are of them. There's more collective money between real retail investors. There's more of us than there are of them. And I think people are waking up to this fact. And, you know, one thing we really try to do on my channel is enable the retail investor to understand that you matter, you have worth, you have value, and you have a say. When everybody collectively sits together and says, I guess we'll never change anything, nothing will change. But when we start to realize the power of the individual and the power that we have as a group to work together against, you know, a lot of this big money that tries to manipulate us in different ways, we can win. And I believe that through crypto over the next 20 to 25 years, we will win.